I don't know if this is too high or too low, but maybe it might be the perfect angle. I'm speaking really quietly right now because I don't want to wake people up. What time is it now? Great, my watch died. I put every other device away. I don't really want to use the device right now, except from rewatching this video and see if the angle's okay. But hopefully it is okay. I want to talk about ideas and stuff I wrote about basically in my commonplace journal, or it could be a journal. I don't know, because obviously commonplace journal is with all your ideas and basically everything, and a journal is where you write down. But you know what? Stuff personalized to you, and whatever it is, I want to talk about what's in here. This. I really like the color, by the way, but obviously I'm not going to go in depth and tell you everything that's in there, but I will tell you stuff that I wrote that obviously isn't word for word, like I remember that, but I want to talk about being present. And I used to write and talk a lot about being present, and I'm itchy. Um, even just learning to be present. It's quite ironic how the idea of being present is shown a lot on social media, like Instagram, TikTok. I don't really count YouTube as a social media because you don't really use it to socialize from comment and watch videos. But obviously, as a member of Gen Z society, it's difficult to be present, and it's difficult to do what you want to do. Like, let's say you want to read a book or you want to watch a movie without getting distracted, without watching the film movie, without watching the film passively. Because are you actively watching the film or are you scrolling on your phone? Are you actively watching the film or are you talking to someone? Like, do you know what I mean? Um, or even just doing the mundane tasks without listening to anything, without watching anything, just doing the chores you need to do without any distraction. And for most of us, it's difficult as we're so used to scrolling on our phones and, watching reels, watching TikToks endlessly for I don't know how long, for ages, okay. And it's tough going from that short form content to just doing things without any distraction, without any form of stimulation, just doing stuff. And that's tough. It's hard because one, you're glued to your phone, but also you're a person. Well, I'm assuming if you clicked on this video, you're a person that is very ambitious, or you're a person that wants to do things, wants to get things done. You know, you have ambitions. You want to read more books, yet you can't seem to pick up a book. You want to read more books, yet you go on TikTok and look at book, like, you're on Book Talk, looking at what's the latest book, what's everyone reading, you know, latest book, I don't know. um, you want a journal. This is me, by the way. I did this. Like, you want a journal, but you go on Pinterest and look for journaling ideas or journal prompts. Journal prompts are fine, not when you get into a spiral of, oh, this is okay, but oh, maybe, you know what, it's not perfect. I'm gonna look for another pin that shows me, better ideas, or even looking at decorating a journal, or even, it's always the constant need for more, for more, for more. And that links to scrolling too, because you're scrolling because you're like, oh, dopamine hit, let me scroll again, it'll make me feel happier. But then realize at the end of the day, let's say you've scrolled for 1 hour, you realize how bad you feel after scrolling. It doesn't make you feel great at all. Because look how much time you wasted. You don't even realize the time until you check after you've done scrolling. You're like, wait, it's been 2 hours? And you're still you've been scrolling for 2 hours. And you could have used that time doing the tasks that you wanted to do, like read more books, like journaling, like meditating, like yoga, or going on a walk. Yeah, you spent that time scrolling and not being present. The escapism that took you out of reality, that took you out of the world. And, instead of socializing with friends or even speaking to your family members, you sat there scrolling or lay there scrolling, whatever it is, which is not good. Yet, you complain why you have no time in the day. Because let's just say you have 8 to 10 hours sleep, because I know somewhere you be getting up late. Or maybe even longer. I don't know. Are you hibernating? I don't know. 8 to 10 hours sleep in a day. Then you spend like 2-3 hours eating. I don't know, because you're watching a YouTube video while you're eating, most likely. And so it just takes you longer to eat because you're not just eating. Depends. If you're slow eater, you're fast eater, whatever, okay? I don't know, maybe 1 or 2 hours eating. This is breakfast, lunch, dinner, all combined. Whatever. Then you have the other hours to do whatever you want. Yet you check your screen time. Because if your screen time is like 10 hours, I feel like my goal is for my screen time to be minimum 1 hour or even less. That is my ultimate goal. For a lot of people, it's over 10 hours. I'm like, well, like, step away from the phone. I'm going to put it in a cage and you go do what you need to do. Because you say you want to be present, but you're still glued to that phone. It really takes you out of life. And it really makes you feel tired as well. It's not great at all. Maybe instead of scrolling for 3 hours straight, try to aim the next day for scrolling to 2 hours. I say this because it's like saying that someone were to quit smoking. You go from day one of them smoking loads, loads, loads. They say, you know what, day two, I'm gonna stop smoking. So day two, you take everything away from them. Of course, it's not gonna work effectively because they're gonna crave that. You go from all to nothing. They're gonna want it. Pause. They're gonna, the withdrawals. But let's say scenario. Oh my god, scenario two. You go from smoking loads, 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 loads to day two. You reduce it to, I don't know, like, let's just say from day one you smoked 3 cigarettes a day, and then that's even a lot. And day two, your goal is to just, because you're a bloody chain smoker. Okay, is that the right term? I don't know. And then on day two, you smoke 2 cigarettes a day. And then day one, you smoke 1 cigarette a day. Not day one. I mean day three. I'm so tired. You know what I mean? Just slowly like reduce it. Or even yeah, just like even like with your sleep schedule, you don't expect yourself to fall asleep at 11 p.m. and wake up at 5 a.m. or whatever the hell. Like you don't expect yourself to be waking up at 10 a.m. and then the next day, no, that night you're like, you know what? I have a urge to get my life together. Tomorrow I'm gonna wake up at 5 a.m. and then you set your alarm to 5 a.m. and do you actually want to get up? Do you end up getting up and starting your day? Yeah, you feel tired because your body is not used to it. Going from waking up at 10 a.m. to the next day waking up at 5 p.m. That's not gonna. I mean 5 a.m. That's not gonna work. Yeah, that's why. Who was it? Either Andrew Huberman or Stephen Bartlett. One of their podcast episodes, they said or videos, slowly reduce it. 15 minutes less. 15 minutes less. 15 minutes less. So you wake, so one day you go sleep at, oh, no, if you wake up at 10 a.m. regularly, and then you're like, I want to wake up at 5 a.m. So you slowly reduce it. So by that I mean, okay, so day one, you wake up at 10 a.m. Day two, you wake up at 11, no, not 11. Oh my god, I'm so tired. So day two, you wake up at 9:45. Day three, you wake up at 9:30. You know what I mean? Like, just slowly go back, or even just stretch it out. Not even, for longer than that. Like day one, you wake up at 10. Day two, you wake up at 9:45, and same as day three. And then day four, you wake up at 9:30, and same as day five, and etc. 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 But it will take around a week or two for your body to get used to it. Um, with your circadian rhythm and that. But you know, it will work. But I feel like Gen Z is very ambitious, very ambitious people. But how can you say you're actively ambitious when you're not working towards the goals? Like, you say you want to become a content creator, but you posted one TikTok, and because you're so used to the quick dopamine, serotonin, I don't know, dopamine, you just expect it to get 1 million views in the next hour or two, and if not, you delete it. Like, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. Um, I feel like I'm going down a rabbit hole, or even like doesn't really link to the main topic, initial topic. But yes, being present, you need to learn to be patient as well. But actually, no, I think it kind of links. I rubbed my eye and now I'm really tired. I'm rubbing it, but it's just making me more tired. From my experience, I've been on and off deleting TikTok. I can't lie with you. I'm gonna be honest, because I'm not a perfect human being. Okay, I've done many things wrong in life, and ever since I was 13, I've had this mentality where I want to keep evolving and improving and doing better because I know that me right now, I know that there's better out there. I know that I'm not at my full potential yet. I know I can, you keep keep pushing yourself because you know that, you're trying to test your limits. And because and also going out your comfort zone, because if I didn't do that, then how am I ever going to know that I can even reach that point, that place? Because you look at yourself from now, and then you look at yourself 5 years ago, like, wow, I've actually improved. You don't realize it. But, anyways, yes, I realized, yes, that I've been deleting TikTok. I've been on and off deleting TikTok. Well, I would mainly use TikTok to post, but I would also scroll a little bit. Minimum 15 minutes, minimum 15, 20 minutes. Something in my eye, I feel like. Um, but I deleted TikTok for around 1 or 2 days now because I want to learn to be more present. I've been watching YouTube videos about it, and how to become more present, or how to stay off your phone. Da, da, da. But of course, I know what to do. But I've been in that motivational video trap where I'm watching a video and I'm like, oh, this feels motivating. And I watch another one, another one, another one. Where, and then it turns out I'm not actually doing anything with my life. I just keep watching video upon video upon video. I'm not really taking action. I'm doing more thinking than action. Um, but I need to incorporate meditation more and also yoga. But the first step, as I said, because I want to gradually that's the right way, gradually add more and more steps. Not really steps, but add more things in my routine that requires being present, like meditation, yoga, journaling. By this I mean journaling without music or without listening to anything. Um, Going on a walk without music and da da da. I'll slowly add more things, and then I'll get used to it and used to it. And oh, this one seems fun. I'm gonna do this one, this one, this one, this one. You know what I mean? So the first step is I'm trying to get used to journaling again because I was low key been in a rut. I don't know if that's a thing in terms of journaling, but I stopped journaling because I'm like, oh, I was like, oh, I can't be bothered, and I can't be bothered to write everything because my mind works faster than how I write, as so do most people. But I'm just like, oh, it just takes too long to write it all down, and there we go. It links to patience. You need patience with these things because we're so used to scrolling on a phone these fast-paced short form videos, and because of that we can't even put a bloody pen to the paper. We can't even sit with our own thoughts. We just want another quick dopamine hit. Yeah. But I've been slowly trying to journal again, again, again. But it's working, and once I start getting used to that, I can start incorporating other things. I don't expect myself to journal, meditate, yoga, exercise, work out, whatever, go on a walk without listening to music all in one day. I don't expect myself to keep that up for the next 2 years, for example. It doesn't work like that. I know I'm gonna easily get burnt out and easily get bored of those tasks. Hence why I'm slowly building it up so I can get used to it and I can enjoy it. It doesn't have to feel like a routine like that. But yeah, hopefully I said something. I feel like it was a whole lot of nothing. Um, but I'm also really tired right now and I feel like I'm just waffling. I may add to this video in the morning because I'm sleepy. Let me sleep. What time is it? Honestly, I didn't check. That's why I didn't check. So over there, I can't bother now. But also, my watch died. I need to charge that. But yeah, I've really been working on being present. And also because I'm on my I'm on my holiday, summer break. And for the past, since mid-April to now, low-key been doing niche. I've been applying to jobs, but they haven't been getting back to me. So, screw all of them. It just wasn't meant to be. That'll be another topic, actually. Which I shall write it down because I need to talk about it. I feel like I didn't really go in depth with this video. It's kind of generalized because right now my head is not really there because I'm sleepy, I'm tired, but I should have filmed this when I had the most energy, but I decided to, I had like a thought like, I wanna post a video, or I have stuff to say, let me say it, you know? But, anyways, that's all I have to say for right now. I will be back for more. But yeah.